and welcome to episode 197 of The Joy of Coding. My name's Mike Conley. Hello, how are you? So sorry I'm late. It's like 20 past the hour. There was a small kerfuffle with not just the restreamer, but the entire sort of web stream infrastructure that I use to stream to Twitch and YouTube and Mozilla. A special shout out goes to Andy, who helped very patiently. Andy was helping me out. He was on the phone with the vendor helping me sort this all out. So that's fixed. I apologize for the lateness. Here we are. Let's get started. Welcome to The Joy of Coding, episode 197. Let's get down to business. Whoop. Sorry. Here is today's agenda. Yeah, today is November 13th, 2019. A reminder, no plan survives breakfast. I don't know what's going to happen today. Things might go horribly wrong. Like the stream might go down or lock up or I might get stuck or who knows. This entire stream is not really planned. There's not really like a, what's the word I'm looking for? There's no script. This is completely unscripted. I'm doing things off the cuff. I'm trying to capture real software development in the raw without much, in the way of planning, unless that planning is actual planning for work, in which case, hopefully you get to watch me plan for work. But none of the stream itself is really pre-scripted, although I do have a sense of what I want to work on today. I do want to shout out about the episode guide. However, I am going to skip past that simply because we are starting a little bit late, so I'm going to skip past the episode guide, but I do want to point out that the agenda that we're looking at is something that you have access to. If you're watching this on Mozilla, check out the handouts section over this direction. And if you're watching this on YouTube, then it's in the video description down below the video. And if you're watching this on Twitch, then I'm going to drop this link into the Twitch chat right now, the agenda. And as I update this document and this little spinny spins, then you can get updates if you refresh the page in the agenda. So the first thing I want to do today is actually carry on with something that we noticed. I think it was Alcris or someone noticed it last week, where there were some spurious errors showing up in the console when we were working on some picture-in-picture stuff. And I put down a to-do to file a bug for that. I never did file that bug. And now is a really excellent time to do it. So let's file that bug. Let's go through that process. So I've got Bugzilla open here. The picture-in-picture component that we've been using is like under toolkit, because Bugzilla is broken down into these little sections. And the places I've been putting picture-in-picture bugs is toolkit, video, audio controls. And the bug is I'm basically going to describe what we are doing. We're going to run, stop tracking mouse over videos inside of picture-in-picture child's will destroy. And the reason for that is because currently picture-in-picture child, if we take a look at that implementation, we currently run remove mouse button listeners, which is a good thing. So if the page is like navigating away, we remove any of the mouse button listeners, like the mouse move or the click event listeners that we use to determine whether or not we're clicking on a picture-in-picture toggle. And that's what we do when we navigate away from a page and the actor is torn down and destroyed. However, there are other entities that get created in the lifetime of a picture-in-picture, the toggle and the picture-in-picture, a page that could have pip enabled on it. One of those things is like we have a number of timers that run or deferred tasks that run. Deferred tasks are a way of taking something very, very frequent and debouncing it. So for example, supposing we have an event listener for mouse move, which is a very frequent event as you're moving the mouse. We'll fire that event very, very frequently. But if we want to do something only once in a while on a mouse move event, then you could use deferred task to debounce it. So every time a mouse move event comes in, we take this deferred task and we say, hey, we poke the deferred task and say, do you already exist? Do you already have a timer to run on going? And if so, then we leave it alone. Otherwise, we create that, we like arm that deferred task so that the timer is running. And then we have a delay of, I think, 50 milliseconds. So every 50 milliseconds, if there's been one or more mouse move events since the first mouse move event in that series, then we will finally run the function, run the code that we wanted to run. And this is a sort of a performance optimization to avoid running too much code as you're moving the mouse around. And this deferred task, this timer that runs every 50 milliseconds, might be running. We might have that deferred task running whenever you navigate away, and we need to shut that thing down on will destroy. And thankfully, we have this function, stop tracking mouse over videos, that does all of the work for us. What it does is it like disarms all of the deferred tasks. It removes any event listeners that we may have set up, and then it removes mouse button listeners, and you know, it blows away all the old state. And I think this is what we want. I think this is what we want to do instead. Instead of just doing this part, which is what the will destroy does, we want to do the whole kit and caboodle. So let me just explain that in the bug. Inside of picture child's will destroy, we call remove mouse button listeners, which gets rid of what are the mouse button listeners it gets rid of? Remove mouse button listeners, like all of the mouse the pointer events and the mouse down events, which gets rid of all of the event listeners that we use to detect clicks on the page for to check for clicking on the pip toggle. There are, however, other event listeners that aren't being removed, and more importantly, there are deferred tasks that aren't being disarmed and torn down. This is causing us to sometimes fire spurious log error messages periodically when navigating away, log error messages to the console when navigating away, because the actor child, JS window actor child, has gone away by the time the deferred task runs. So in will destroy, we should call stop tracking mouse over videos instead, which also shuts down the deferred tasks and also calls remove mouse button listeners. All right, so there is our bug. This is a task, and I am going to block video pip. I'm going to assign it to myself. We can just do this right now. So let's put this on the old Evernote list. I'll actually put this in the agenda, so little spinny goes. If you reload the page, you should have this link now if you didn't have it before. And now I'm going to add this to my Evernote, my notes for active bugs. This is how I organize myself. If it's not immediately obvious, that's how I organize myself. And so this is my an active bug. I'm assigned to it. Let's get started. So where am I in the source tree? Let me pump up the font a little and set the window dimensions accordingly. So I've got some things in flight here. I'm going to shelve those for now so I can come back to them later. It's a good sound effect. And then once that's shelved, I'm going to update to central, and then we can start working on this. actually put that in now. Queue up the command so that it runs immediately after. All right. So we can go into picture-in-picture child now. Just open that file. Here it is. And this is a very straightforward patch. So instead of calling remove mouse button listeners, we're going to call stop tracking mouse over videos. And that should do it. So let's take a look at the patch, make sure it's what we expect it to be. Yeah, that looks right. I'm going to create a commit. Bug call stop tracking mouse over. Do a better job of cleaning up inside of picture-in-picture child will destroy. I'll ask Mark to review it. And you know what? I should, in the commit message, let me actually update the commit message and I'll put some of the context from the bug. I can probably put this in the commit message actually. At that point, I think it's a matter of running the tests, maybe a quick smoke test. So inside of picture-in-picture childs will destroy, we were calling, I should use this in the past tense, we were calling remove mouse button listeners, which gets rid of, come on. It's probably a better way of like, in Vim, because that's the editor here, making everything like setting the width or how many characters I want. But for now, I'm just going to do it old school ways. Akra says, is that the bug about line 92? It might be the bug about line 92. I don't exactly remember what that bug looked like, but probably, like if that's, Akris, I think it was the bug that you mentioned. So if that bug you mentioned last week was about line 92, then yes, this is probably it. Other event listeners that aren't, we were calling, which gets rid of all of the, there are, however, other that weren't being removed. And more importantly, there were deferred tasks that weren't being disarmed and torn down. This was causing us to sometimes log error messages to the console when navigating between pages because the JS window actor child line 92. Line 92 would be this one in get doc state. And I would imagine that's, yeah, I suspect that's the same error, Akris. So hopefully you'll notice whenever this, so now we call stop tracking mouse service, also shuts down the deferred tasks and also calls such and such. All right. What the? Where is the editor I was using? Oh boy, too many consoles, too many consoles, too many consoles, too many consoles. Too many consoles. Which one did I care about? I think it was this one. Is it this one? Nope. I think it's this one maybe. Yeah, close. That one's whacking more in DJ. Okay, down to 2. Good, 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 good. So let's build this. Build with artifact. Build. And then we can run our picture-in-picture tests, and then we'll do a quick smoke test, and then we'll put it up for review, and then we'll move on. test. Toolkit, components, picture-in-picture tests. There it goes. Cool. 150 passed. I'm looking for spurious error messages. Oh, interesting. Here's one. Inside of check last mouse move. Inside of the timer callback. So this one, it still happened. That's interesting. So the problem does not appear to be solved yet. Let us run this test again and see if we can get the error, the same error to show up. I don't see it. So I have a feeling it runs like only if I do a series of tests. So let's run it again. And this time, like next time it happens, let's see if we can, let's see how frequently it happens. Do 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 do. Go 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 go. I think I saw it just now. Yeah. Here. So let us do some logging to try and like get a sense of what's going on here. Deferred task is firing on check last mouse move inside of the deferred task timer, but we're supposed to have torn down that deferred task timer unless maybe we're failing to. The mouse move deferred task is disarmed here. There's also the ability to deferred task.jsm. Instead, we're going to delete the save task as well. If the timer is already armed when the finalize method is called, then the task is executed immediately. If the task is already running at this point, then one last execution. The finalize method can be ensure that the task terminates properly. The promise's return is resolved only after the last execution of the task is finished to guarantee that the task is executed for the last time. So disarm. What does disarm do again? The arm method can be used to start the internal timer. The timer can be disarmed to reset the delay or cancel execution. How do I cancel execution? Cancel execution. What does disarm do? Disarm. If armed, setting arm to false. If there's a timer, then we cancel the timer and we null it out. And then we say finalized is true. And finalized will cause this to throw. So let's finalize it and then see if we can get, like, I don't think will destroy can return a promise, but we can quest idle callback, stop tracking, deferred task, callback. Sorry, let me just disable some. I get pinged a lot about stuff. Disable those. The task is running. The timer is armed, then one last execution. If the task is running and the timer is not armed, the return promise will be resolved when the current execution terminates. If the task is not running and the timer is armed. If the task is not running and the timer is not armed, which should be the case, because the task the deferred task in this case, deferred task is not async. It is sync. Mouse move deferred task. Mouse move. We rearm here. Mouse move. Where's the mouse move event? Added here. And we stop tracking the mouse move event here. And we've disarmed the mouse move event task. So that means the timer shouldn't run. Let's do some logging. It's logging time. So here's how I'm going to do some logging. I'm going to use an integer here for an ID. Mouse move task ID equals 0. And then deferred task. I'm going to say mouse move deferred task. I'm going to say state.mousemove deferred task.id equals that. And then I'm going to say dump disarming mouse move deferred task with ID state.mousemove deferred task.id. And then I'm going to say where's the actual arming on mouse move? On mouse move. Arming mouse move deferred ID. And then I'm going to say will destroy entered. And then from stop tracking those over videos. And then whenever the deferred task runs, I'm gonna make sure that the ID mouse move check last mouse move check last mouse move dump check state doc state, but doc state's gonna be gone. Ooh, interesting. So actually what I should do is capture this. Let task ID equals G mouse move task ID. I'm going to say running deferred task for mouse move ID task ID. So that's captured inside of the function closure here. And then I'm going to set the ID here, task ID. All right, that should be enough to get some interesting logging. Peanut butter logging time. Peanut butter logging time. We're gonna get we're gonna get Firefox to spill its beans.
Why'd you spill your beans?
Because we told you to. Okay, I saw the error just now. Here it is. So, arming mouse move deferred task with ID 0. Does it... Entering... Running deferred task for mouse move ID 0. Arming it again here. It arms, and then running deferred task mouse move ID 0. Arms it again, arms it again. Right clicking on the toggle. And we leave the test. So it doesn't look like will destroy is being called. Where's will destroy? Where's will destroy? That should definitely be being called. Will destroy. Like, we should definitely be entering here at some point. Let's run the entire suite and see if we can get it to spill its beans.
Why'd you spill your beans?
Charge Neon is happy that the background of the picture-in-picture player window is now gray. Well, I'm happy you're happy, Charge Neon. And yeah, great idea. That was Charge Neon's idea, everybody, just so you know. Full credit where it's due. All right, where's the error? Here's an error. Again, it's with ID 0. So it's like one of the first ones. Now, I want to see if will destroy is ever called. I don't actually see will destroy being called. What? Why is that? Is this not a function that is going to be called? Will destroy. That is definitely a thing that's supposed to be called. Will destroy extends JS window actor child. That's the toggle child. Yeah. Hang on. Picture in picture toggle child created. Picture in picture toggle child. Will destroy entered. And what's the other one? There's will destroy and did destroy. Test child. Will destroy and did destroy. Dump. Picture in picture toggle child. Did destroy entered. Why'd you spill your beans? How long have we been working on this?
How long have we been on this rock? 5 weeks? 2 days? Help me to recollect.
Willem Dafoe, everybody. Okay, so I did see... I see some stars. What did I see? Did destroy. Did destroy. I'm not seeing will destroy. What the heck? Now, why would that be? Will destroy. Let's look at the YBLDL. Actor created. The will destroy method, if present, will be called at the last opportunity to send messages, giving implementers a chance to clean up and send file messages. Will destroy. So that's the right name. Is it spelled wrong? Like what? Am I throwing an exception in here? So let's comment this all out and say will destroy entered. This makes no sense unless will destroy for some reason isn't firing in this case, which sounds like a real bug. That sounds like a legit bug. Or maybe it's just a misunderstanding of how this thing's supposed to work. But if did destroy is being run, did destroy, did destroy, did destroy. Never will destroy. That's funny because there is a test to make sure that will destroy works. Testchild.jsm is used from JS window actor tests. Destroy callbacks. Let's quickly run these tests. Destroy callbacks. So that works. Testchild.jsm will destroy. Dump testchild will destroy being called here. And testchild did destroy being called here. Maybe we don't need to build. Let's find out. Let's find out if we don't need to build. It's always, you never know, depending on where you are in the code base. So will destroy is being called. Will destroy being called. Why? Let's take a look at the code that added will destroy so that we can understand. It is boiling in here. I don't know how wow, it is hot in this room. I think the heating is something else. Will destroy .webidl. Let's see where it was added. More comments. Just window actor binding. This is what I call it. How do we call will destroy? Actor. JS window actor. Invoke callback. Start destroy. It's in JS window actor child start destroy here. Start destroy and then after destroy. Invoke callback will destroy. Okay. JS window actor destroy callback. Callbacks holder m will destroy was passed. Like, are we doing something special here? Extends JS window actor child will destroy. It's a simple function. You spelled it right. Will destroy. Will destroy. Why would it be that this wouldn't register properly? Let's try a different window actor. We've got the... Let's sniff this out a little bit. What are other window actors, JS window actors that use will destroy? Whoop, not will destroy. I'll double check that I didn't do that. Destroy, yeah, not destroy. Okay, like UA widgets child. UA widgets child. Dump. UA widgets child will destroy. Gonna build faster just in case. Oh, Mike is apparently... We heard some turn on, makes noise in the background. I have a feeling it's the ventilation system. Is it better now? Because the ventilation system, it turns on and off. How's it now? How's it now? Better? Better? I think it turned off. Is the microphone turned off? Or the sound, like, just give me a thumbs up. It's better. Okay, good. HTML video. So picture-in-picture toggle created. Now let's browse away. Picture-in-picture toggle child will destroy. So here it is actually called. That's good. And UA widgets will destroy and did destroy. Now here's another question. Ooh, fingerprinter on this page. Picture-in-picture toggle child created. Now what if I close the tab? Aha! That's interesting. If we close the tab, straight up just close the tab, then will destroy isn't called. That sounds like a bug. Now, is that because the content process got shut down? Let's double check here. Content process 4715. Let's make sure that we have another content process of that type. So what's a way of doing that? Window.open. I'm going to open a couple of these. I'm going to allow pop-ups. So 4715, 4715. We've got two tabs. We're going to keep that content process alive. Now I'm going to close this tab. Only did destroy got called, not will destroy. Ruh-roh. That seems like a big deal. Let's see if we can create a reduced test case. For our DOM people. I have a feeling this is a deeper DOM bug. A bug in how the JS window actors work. So all of this gunk that I added, I don't think we need anymore. I'm just going to revert it. And let's see. How did this work? We had a series of tests. One was called destroy callbacks, and it seems like the logical place to put tests like this. Create. By iframe remove. So we're going to add a test that's like by tab remove. Browser. Destroy callbacks. There's this declare test helper, I guess. So we're going to destroy actor by tab closes. Test creating a new tab. What does declare test do? Where am I? DOM IPC tests. JS window actor head. Declare test. Opens a new browser window. Okay, so we're gonna manually Wait, what? Registers the test. Wait for the provided URL to load. Okay. We're going to creating a new tab. So URL in this case is what? About blank? Sure. Await browser test utils with open new foreground tab. Let's see. Browser URL. Okay. Let new tab equals that. We're going to pass G browser and URL. And then we're going to wait for the event load for new foreground tab. Does that wait until it finishes loading? Open new foreground tab. Wait for load defaults to true. Okay, good. So at that point, about blank is loaded. And then we're going to say will destroy promise and did destroy promise. Paste, see what these do. We add observers. How does that work? Oh, it's inside of a content task. Okay, so I guess I better do that. Content task spawn. Let. How does this work? Wait, content task. Destroy. Oh, this might be tricky. Let destroyed promise equal content task spawn let new tab browser equal new tab.linked browser. New tab browser null async function. And then we're going to do the same thing. We're going to set up these promises. Services. Do we need access to services? No, services just kind of exists. Great. Will destroy promise. Actually, I'll probably use, well, all right. Should be true. Data. Will destroy callback should be true. Show this value. Remove, resolve. And then we're going to await both of those. And then we're going to await browser test utils, remove tab, new tab, await destroyed promise. And I spelled it wrong up here, so we're gonna info setting up destroy listeners, and then removing new tab, and then waiting for destroy, fire, destroy listeners fired. destroy callbacks. Okay. Let us now run this test. Haha! Fails. Okay, so now let's make sure, let's dump as well. We'll say like info saw will destroy callback. Info saw did destroy callback. We need to file a new bug. Huh. Neither fired. Did the actor get created? That might be the other thing. I need to make sure that the actor gets created. Ah, yeah, actor child. That's probably important. Actor child get actor test. Huh. What if I, instead of doing info, I do dump? Because I think those might be different. What's happening here? Here, let's make this easier to focus on. I'm going to disable these other two tests. Is any of this getting run? Dump. Spawn. Okay, it does get run. That's good. Spawn and then dump. Waiting. Aha, we never get down here, so we must have hit some kind of exception. Oh, there are errors. But these are from session restore. So we are silently failing inside of this content task. Am I doing something wrong with the registration? Creating a new tab. What happens if we don't do this inside of a new tab? Wait. Try catch e dump row. Row. Child is not defined. Child is not defined. Oh, pff, that's why. Child. It's us. Content window. Get window global child. Get window global child. That's what we want. And what are we going to do about it? .js window. It's like content dot get window global child, right? Let child equal content dot get window global child. Why'd you spill your beans? Actor child not defined. Well, that's good. Content, get window global child. So we should have rent. First of all, let parent equals new tab browser dot browsing context dot current window global dot get actor test. Okay, parent should JS window actor parent should have value. What could this be? We're gonna solve this, folks. Yep, the parent has it. Spawning, but then the actor child on line 110. Actor child is not defined because it can't do it. Child get actor. Oh, because jeez, it's not here that it's failing out. It's down here because I've wrapped it up inside this try catch. Of course. So the scope was all wrong. My actor child variable was scoped to that try block. A classic mistake. Waiting for destroy callbacks to fire. Yeah, did destroy called. Info is not logging. Okay, so here's our minimal. This is our test case. We've got a test case we can show to the DOM team. So this test fails. Expectedly so. And I need to alert the rest of the DOM, like the front end folk who are that's spelled wrong. Okay. This looks like by tab closure, by tab being closed. Okay, so we have our test case. Let's file a bug. So we might actually have, like, as we transition more things to be using JS window actors, we might have a kind of a serious problem where they're not cleaning up themselves properly. JS window actor, all of these callbacks, add will destroy, all of this got set up in core DOM content processes. So that's where I'm going to put it, core DOM content processes. Okris asks why the exceptions are not getting logged during tests. Which exceptions? Which exceptions are you talking about, Okris? Do let me know. Will destroy is not called if JS window actor will destroy, child will destroy. It's not called if destruction is due to a tab closure. You had to add try catch to see the exception message, otherwise it wasn't showing up. I think it's because of the way content task spawn works. Sometimes, depending on the type of error inside of the script, whether it's a runtime error or like a parse error or like it, because like the script, I think before the error was like, oh, one of the variables that you're trying to use does not exist, and it happened. I think that error is detected very early on in the task's run cycle, whereas during script execution, it more lazily determines that like, oh, a variable that I'm trying to access, has gone out of scope. I think it's something like that. So that's why it wasn't logged, but this is specific for content tasks, and thankfully content tasks are going away. They were helpful for E10S, but sometimes they don't log properly. It's not call instruction if actor destruction is due to a tab close. So I'm going to CC a number of people here. Neil Deacon. I'm going to CC Heiss and Barrett and Abdullah and Nika. I noticed this while trying to address, what was it? Trying to address bug such and such. Wait, Abdullah, that's the wrong Abdullah. Sorry, yeah, good call. Wrong Abdullah. I think it's supposed to be like Abdullah. Oli, yeah, that's the one. That's the one I want. So this one trying to address bug such and such. The will destroy callback, which we use to clean up our JS window actor childs, which we often doesn't get called consistently. It gets called if the window global child goes away due to a navigation. It doesn't appear to be called if the window global child goes away due to the tab being closed. I've did destroy is, however, called properly. I'll attach a test case. This is a defect. Blocks, fission, front end. Yeah, sorry, let's take a look at our test case here. Cool. Update to central. Bring our changes along with us if we can. Man, can't do it. Update shell, HG update our central, HG unshelf. Tab being closed. Come on now. Lep KOQQ wonders, I wonder if Netscape.com emails still work. Moth Squad think, says IRC. Well, let's see. What's Netscape.com pointing at? AOL. Okie dokie. So maybe there are people that have Netscape email addresses. That'd be a throwback. Okay, commit bug. Add a test that checks if will destroy. Child will destroy is called when closing tabs are. No reviewer. Cowmaster asks, did you go to college? I went to, yes, I did go to post-secondary school. It wasn't a college. Like in Canada, I think it's different from the States where what you call college and what you call university or something. I'm in Canada, and I went to the University of Toronto. So hopefully that answers your question, Cowmaster. I went to the University of Toronto. So that's our dealio. We're gonna submit. No reviewers. That's okay. Ooh, self-upgrade of MozFab. Fancy. I wonder what the newest hotness for 1.60 is. MozFab. What's up with my machine? The frame rate on Mac OS right now is just dying. Kernel Task. What are you doing, Kernel Task? Kernel Task, why are you destroying my CPUs? What you doing? Anyway, what happened here? Is there a release notes? I guess I'll take a look at the commits. Oh, wait, no, there's a releases. Aha. It's a releases list here. Meanwhile, come on, MozFab, what's taking so long? Maybe what they added was like, oh, detail. And MozFab PyPy. What is going on? Why are you now Sublime and Firefox? No, mostly Sublime. Everything is just hosed. Okay. New release information. Release history. This version 0.160. Release notes? Any release notes? No release notes. All right. That's fine. Just look at the commits. Fail early if Cinnabar is required but not installed. Oh, so that's good for people who are using Git. MozFab patch does not work on Windows with HG. Glad that's fixed. That's good. 0.159. So those are probably the big ones. Cool, cool, cool. And this was a week ago. Do not ping Arcanist if using no arc. So no arc RC right in the right file. CRLF allowed in Git and HG. So maybe I should like start using no arc. No arc mode. So that we can avoid using arc. And then I can uninstall PHP so I don't need it for a command line tool. What is taking so long? What is taking so long? Oh, where's no arc? Arc. No arc. -- no - arc. Tests, that's great. Integration. Oh. Anyway, that's done. So that's up. And now I need info the DOM team to figure out what's going on. I also need to figure out what's going wrong with my computer because the kernel task is my CPU is just getting wrecked right now, and Sublime, that's taking a lot, and now it's going away. Oh, everything's calming down. Yay! Once I noticed it. Look at that fall off in this graph. Now Nightly's cooking. But it's not nearly as bad as before. Holy smokes, what was happening? All right, I've got a test here, so I'm going to need info John Dye. Hey John Dye, do you think you have time to look at this? This is pretty unexpected from frontends. Pretty unexpected and might mean that we're leaking in some cases. Leaking or not cleaning up properly. Here are the places where we currently use will destroy. Yep. 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 Hup. Actually, let's do some Sublime Foo. Hup. Don't want that. Don't want that. Don't want that. And we can ignore the test child. Here are the non-test places where we're currently use will destroy. Okay, well, like I said, whenever I said no plan survives breakfast, I really did not expect to spend most of today's episode dealing with this first thing. I was supposed to be a one-liner, and it turned into this rabbit hole where we found a DOM bug. So that's exciting. And we filed the DOM bug, and we wrote a test case for the DOM bug, and that's actually a really useful way to get something sort of described and fixed. Like you not only file the bug, but if you're able to demonstrate a test case, a reduced simple test case, it's best if you can like write a test case in our test framework. That's great because it gives the developer, whoever's going to address the issue, a ready to go function that they can call, or file test that they can call to see whether or not they've fixed the issue. So that really helps. Excuse me. Did not get to here, which is what I expected, and I also expected to do some reviews today. But hey, no plan survives breakfast. That's what happens whenever you're just like doing stuff and you're not. There's no plan, and that's what happened. So with that, oh, hang on, I see some traffic. Hi, name's George. I'm a 39-year-old physicist from Greece. I typically introduce myself this way. Well, hi, George, aka Meatball Cyros. How you doing? Just saying hi. All right. Well, thank you so much for watching episode 197 of The Joy of Coding. Pretty much wrapped. We're 3 episodes away from episode 200. Let's take a look at the calendar. So let's see. Calendar. It's November 2019. Let's take a look at a calendar for 2019. And today is November the 13th, so episode 198 will be on the 20th. Then there's November 27th, 199. So episode 200, presuming I don't take a break or have to miss a meeting, an episode because I'm sick or something, episode 200 is looking like it's going to be December 4th. Current forecast. December 4th, episode 200. If you're curious what I'm going to do, there's a Thai place nearby, and they serve really, really excellent food, and you can get it very spicy. I am going to line up some interesting work and eat very spicy food while I'm doing it. And not just hot wings. I'm talking about Thai spicy, melt my face off, spicy food. And we'll see how that goes. So it's a bit of a stunt as a way of celebrating episode 200. There you go. Tune in if you want to see me have to deal with. I feel like that's kind of the thing. I enjoy hot ones on YouTube, and so I'm basically riding that wave. Meatball's like habanero spicy, spicier. Before you go, Meatball asks, or da bomb the final answer hot. I don't know. I've never had da bomb or the final dab or whatever they call it on hot ones. I've never had those spicy hot sauces, but I do know that Thai spicy food, when you ask for it, Thai spicy is very spicy, spicier than I'm used to. So it will be outside of my comfort zone, but should not kill me. That's kind of the threshold I'm looking for. Or that's the window of spiciness I'm looking for. Anyways, on that note, I'm going to call it there. Again, thank you so much for watching episode 197 of The Joy of Coding, and I will see you next week. Take care. Bye-bye. See ya.